And we are live. Spencer Lazara. What's up, guys? I'm here with Lorenz Larkin.
What's up?
It's been a fun day today. Hot out here in the skyline with no AC. Tell them a story.
Registering my Skyline, and we just been running around all day. But who, all cars don't have to have AC.
I mean, I'm surprised I didn't die. It wasn't that bad. I thought it was going to be much worse, to be honest.
It got hotter when I went by myself.
That's a desert. It gets hotter as the day goes on.
Yeah.
Not like Cali, where I'm from, and I just was, and I love where it cools off at night.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting a little humid.
Yeah, it's been weird
Yeah,
weather here. It's been some bipolar weather here.
It's hot as
I don't
shit.
know. It's just
It's hot.
it's been funky. But we need the rain, so I mean that's good in that end. So, man,
Side
a
note.
lot of going on. Go ahead.
Did you know that they have this thing where my girl was just showing me, it has a fucking, okay, so it literally makes it rain. You seen that machine? It almost looks like a rocket that shoots hydrogen, or not hydrogen. It shoots water, right? But it's like mist, like it's like combusted water or whatever. What would that be? Hydrogen, right? No, not hydrogen, but I don't know.
H2O.
Well,
is
H2O,
water, so
but they make it into like some type. It looks like, all right, it looks like a rocket's gonna take off, right? But it's all water. It's a big jet that's pumping out all this stuff, but it's water, and it shoots up this smoke or this cloud up into the air, and then it rains. Have you seen that?
No. So this is for like strip clubs?
No, douchebag. No, but this is serious.
Makes it rain in the sky. I get it.
It's crazy.
That's cool. So movies Or you
No,
just
I think they're saying like,
create water.
yeah, they're starting to try to make it rain now.
Crazy.
I gotta show you the video just to justify what I'm saying.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out. I mean, I like the smart stuff.
But it's crazy though. I thought it was a jet.
I mean, I know they're
Or not a
working
jet,
on
but a
stuff to
rocket.
start taking, the process of water being taken from the ocean and then rain coming. I know that they've been studying that. Is that kind of what it is, right? I assume.
No, it looked like a rocket that's gonna go into the sky, like for like NASA or whatever. It's probably NASA who did it. But it's just a big thing that shoots. I'm gonna pull it up and then I'll let you
Pull it up,
because I sound
or
like
I can pull it up on YouTube
I
here.
sound
Maybe.
stupid.
What should I call it? I mean, what should I search for?
Man, just
Rain
say-
rocket.
Yeah. Watch it pull up.
Rain rocket. China develops droughts. Relieve China droughts. Rain rockets. Makes their own rain clouds from hydrogen. Top Gear NASA. Here we go.
Boom. Yeah, there's a NASA makes their own rain clouds.
Makes their own rain clouds from hydrogen. This is cool. I don't know if our viewers can hear that, but we can in the headphones.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Maybe they can.
See?
Tweet Spencer Lazara if you guys can hear that or have any questions for us. Run on water as fuel.
Water is fuel? No, fast forward it. This doesn't seem. I think this is it, dude.
Okay. Eerie.
Yeah, this is it, dude.
They're making rain clouds, though. This is pretty cool, though, too. Oh, my gosh.
Is this the same thing?
Dude, come look at this.
Okay, maybe that is it. It's like that.
That's it.
Okay, cool.
This is him sort of explaining. So it's a video of this guy doing a story, though, explaining kind of what they're doing. And it's gnarly. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Look this up, guys. Gonna have to. I can't really turn it. Sorry.
Yeah. There you
So
go.
we can control the weather soon.
Yeah.
Whoa. Mind-boggling.
Crazy things. But
Yeah, I mean, that's good because all this climate change stuff is, to me, the biggest issue we face today. I don't know. And just taking care of the earth in general, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it kind of ties in for me. Like, there's trash everywhere in Indonesia, and there's animals becoming extinct, and it's like, man, can't we just, you know?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I hate littering. Like, I hate litter bugs.
I was just gonna say that. I litter
I
sometimes.
hate it. Do you?
Yeah, I do. I'm not even gonna lie.
Terrible.
I'm
Stop
not gonna
that.
sit here and be like, yeah, that is bad. Everybody needs to stop, but I do
I
sometimes.
was with my buddy in East Texas. He's a country boy, and he's out there, and he lives there. He doesn't leave the county. He doesn't leave the city limits barely or whatever right here in Linden, right? He's that dude. And he's just nicest guy. And we're driving, though, and he litters his thing out. I'm like, what are you doing? This is the only place you spend your entire existence. Why would you litter it with trash? It just didn't make sense to me. He helps out. He volunteers. He wanted to be a cop. I was just like,
Maybe he got to argument.
why do you do that?
He's probably thinking in his head like, who are you to tell me? I volunteer.
No, he actually felt bad after, kind of, and he didn't do it because I kind of chastised him for it. So, at least in front of me, who knows what he did he did this week,
Threw a whole
right?
pizza box out the door.
Yeah, I mean, but he will go against me very hard, not on littering, but on guns. It's a perfect segue. He's a big gun guy because he's a country boy,
which he
And-
should be.
I mean, yeah, his life again, all his life has been nobody shoots each other out here, you know, and everybody has guns out here, and none of this happens in East Texas, Cass County. I mean, we go hunting with these guns, you know, etc. And I get it. How did you even end up loving guns? Because this man loves guns.
Love guns. I love guns to the fullest.
How did you start? Like,
nothing-
when was your first? I remember actually you were into airsoft. That's before you owned any weapons?
No. I owned weapons before airsoft.
Oh.
You know what? I just walked into a gun store like when I was like 21, and I was like, "What do you have to do to get a gun?" And then he told me the process. I did the process and bought my first gun. It wasn't the best gun.
What was it?
It was a High Point 380, which is like gun people like. It's a shitty gun.
Yeah.
It's a very shitty gun.
How old were you?
21. But you know,
But you have to be
it
in
was
California to
20.
own a handgun.
yeah, 21.
And
But-
a lot of states, I believe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But
yeah.
yeah, it was like $120, man.
An
130.
AR-15 you can have. Yeah, okay.
But those are like $130.
So that started, and then you would go shooting with this gun?
Yeah,
or-
yeah, I'll take it to the range and stuff like that. Go shooting, and then it just evolved from there. I start buying more guns.
Were you like at all like naive or not, you know, like not like obviously skilled with the gun yet, right? Because it's your first weapon. So have you already shot, or did you already feel comfortable with a weapon, or?
No, I was like, you know, you do what you're supposed to do, like, you know.
Yeah,
you
I think
do
when
your
you first hold a gun,
research.
you're a little bit like nervous anyway, right? It's kind of like this, I got to be extra careful thing.
Yeah, but you know, it's if you treat a gun stupid, then stupid things happen. You know what I mean? If you're smart about your guns and stuff like that, and then you know the amount of risk that's involved is 0 to none. You know what I mean? If you're doing all the right things,
0 to none.
0 to none.
0 to none.
0 to none. I'll say
That's
it.
not what the statistics tell us.
But the people who make the statistics probably never even held a gun.
But you
let
know
alone-
that there's a lot of idiots in this world.
True.
There's a lot of idiots.
True.
I don't really want all these idiots having guns.
That's like I don't want all these idiots to drive either.
That's true. However, that's a tough one. It's like, damn, these idiots have to live. Do they really need a gun, though, to live? But they need to get to point A to point B. Even idiots got to move. But, yeah, I mean, we've had a long-standing debate on guns.
Yeah.
Some of you may have heard this already between me and him. But he really doesn't understand. My point of view on him is he doesn't really understand gun laws nationwide. He understands them in California, where gun laws are extremely strict, where you have to have a certain AR-15 with a clip magazine, exit thing that takes time, right, for your mag to get out, and there's I mean, you could go on more about a lot of the restrictions, but you have your concealed carry, of course. So I know you do everything right and you're a responsible gun owner, and I know that I'm probably going straight to your house when the zombie apocalypse goes down. There it is. For everyone.
Yep.
See?
Oh, here.
I didn't even know.
This is how safe. Boom.
This could be bad. No,
Boom. There you go. Gun
Clean.
is safe. Nothing can happen.
Yeah, and I have...
It's impossible. The bullets cannot come out of here, walk, and go into the chamber. And
somebody's got to do it.
discharge.
Yeah.
It's done.
Totally.
Easy.
The gun, when people say the gun doesn't kill people, well, yeah, but there's a lot of fucked up people who use guns to kill people.
True. Just like knives.
Yeah, but the amount of people in one go, right? That's what I always get back to. It's just the amount of carnage you can cause in such a short period of time. I mean, most knife attackers, I think I'd take Lorenz Larkin over, but so it's not like that's why you own your guns. So why do you own your guns?
Because I can, man. I like guns. I like everything about them. I like how I can customize it. I like how I can shoot it. I like how I can take my son to go shoot and things like that. And it's my right to have them.
You don't like to hunt though. There's
no,
for the people
no,
like
I've
you
never
don't
hunted.
hunt.
I never hunted before, and
so you go target practice.
A big part of me not hunting is because I don't want to eat the meat. I like I just like normal meat, like cows. I'm not into deer and elk and duck or any of that stuff.
You don't even eat much fish, right?
No, I eat fish.
So but you don't want to go fishing with me. He doesn't want to go fishing with me.
No, I had a bad experience with fishing. So
Oh, he got hooked. That's
no,
right.
I never got hooked.
Oh,
But
you
it was-
saw someone get
Yeah, I
hooked.
seen a little girl get hooked.
That's
right. next to
right.
me. Yeah.
And he's like, no more.
Never.
Good
ever.
thing you never saw a car crash actually, an airplane crash actually like happened, because then you're already scared of flying. You might have never want to fly.
But
you might be John Madden. Like, I got to drive to my fight.
Oh, but you know what? I don't know how I'll get on YouTube, and you know how YouTube is. You're searching for a fight, and then all of a sudden I'm watching dolphins fight each other. You know what I mean? So I'll get on it, and all of a sudden I'll
Be a plane crash.
3 hours later, dude. Now I'm watching bad takeoffs, bad landings.
Which
planes
is
that
terrible
crash.
for you who
Yeah,
already has
yeah.
anxiety.
So-
It's like the worst thing you could do. But I think you've gotten better with it, right? You've been able to improve it. Seems like handle it better anyway.
No, I might hide it a little better.
Which is kind of handling it better, I
Yeah.
would assume. I mean,
True. Yeah. I mean, what I've got away with for a long time is like when I go flying for a fight or something like that, I'll tell the check-in or something like that. Oh yeah, right before like you sit down to go chill, wait for your flight. You know that little desk that's right there. I'll tell them, hey, I have super bad anxiety. I have to fly with my coach, and then they'll always sit us together.
nice.
So then I'm always cool.
That's smart.
Yeah, because if not, I just don't want to be sat next to somebody else, and then there's been times where like a little bump happened, and I close my eyes.
You should
the
just
whole
go to
fight.
first class and be like, I need to sit next to my coach, and then like bump up Batiste's fat ass in there snoring up a storm and in the first class. I could just imagine like, Sarah, we tried, but you have to go back to coach where you belong.
Yeah, that's
And then all the coach people are like, no, we don't want him.
expensive ass flight.
Awesome. Good old Batiste. How those guys
Yeah.
doing?
You're doing good. They're all doing good, man. They're training. I just came out here to get a little training in and this car
A
situation.
little recovery as well.
Yeah, and other than that, it's all good.
Mm-hmm. So what can you tell us about your fight before we get into UFC stuff, about what's going on with you and Bellator?
Things are going good, man. I'm just waiting to hear confirmation on a couple things, but something's gonna be coming up soon for sure. So I'm
Possibly
I'm
this
excited.
tournament, possibly not. I don't know. It's been
Yeah,
kind of
so
a
we'll see.
layoff for you.
Yeah, it's been
Chomping at the bit.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of time, but I'm ready.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, man, there's been so many fight announcements today already and yesterday, and then, of course, we have a good card this weekend, a press conference today, which I didn't even get to see much of because we were kind of running around.
Yeah,
I'd like to watch more. In fact, maybe I'll pull some stuff up and just kind of look at stuff while we talk. But man, the card tomorrow is good. I guess let's start with, man, the biggest news. I guess Conor and Khabib. That's the biggest news to me. Nate Diaz and Poirier, because I love when Nate fights. But Conor and Khabib, man, this is going to be the biggest thing MMA has seen maybe ever. Considering the Russia angle and how many followers Khabib also has.
It's going to be a big fight.
It's going to be like
especially
Catholic
to be in
versus
Vegas.
Muslim.
I'm surprised that they're doing it in Vegas.
It's going to be pretty crazy here. There's going to be a lot of Russians, Dagestanis fighting with Irish dudes, I think. Yikes. Who do you bet on in those fights?
I don't bet on nobody because
the street fights, I mean. Who gets the better of the street fights?
I don't know.
You'd think the Dagestani guys, but they might be outnumbered.
You know what? See, the thing is, I've never been to Russia, but I've been to Dublin. And it's like, they just, I'm not going to say everybody gets drunk, but, dude, they just get wasted. Even when I was in Boston, they get wasted.
Yeah, when you fought, because Conor fought on that same card you did.
Yeah, and they get just wasted, and it's like it'll be like the littlest guy trying to fight the bouncer. You know what I mean? Looking up, doing. You know what I mean? I was just like, dude, I don't know.
And these were Boston guys or actual Irishmen, though? Would you say actually people from Ireland?
I don't know. You don't know.
You can't tell by their accent.
No, but what I'm saying is they have big a lot of Irish people that live out there.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying.
So I don't know.
Well, you know by how they talk, I suppose.
No, people from they sound Irish.
Really?
They're not like Boston Irish. They're like Irish.
I don't know. I think they talk about Boston.
No, they don't have like. No, they were like super like Irish.
Yeah, I mean the fight's gonna be good though. I mean, who do you like there? Conor's from your management, but I don't think there's any loyalty there per se, right? I mean, hey, you take the grappler or the striker. You're a striker.
I don't know, man. That's just one of those fights where
elite level, you just don't know, right?
It's one of the two. Either one's gonna get taken down or the other one's gonna get caught. But I mean, I don't see Khabib doing the whole striking game like he's done with a lot of guys.
Walking Conor down ain't happening like that.
No,
totally.
He doesn't know.
It's time to go. So it's time to go. It's a championship right here. I'm quoting Nate Diaz. This is my last fight. I've been in a lawsuit, so I wasn't eligible to fight. I don't know why nobody told you guys that. Huh.
What was that on?
He walked out in the middle of the program. Diaz no Poirier was impressed. I'm not fighting on that show. Jeez. What happened here? I gotta read this. Bunch going on. I don't know what's going on.
Well, nobody does. You're the one reading it.
I don't know. This the UG's weird now. I'm gonna look at some junkie. But yeah, man. I don't know. I gotta lean to Khabib, just because at that level I lean to the knockout not happening, even though it's Conor. Like at the elite levels, you think who's the better fighter longer term in a fight, kind of. If nobody gets knocked out, but with Conor, it's like, well, he knocks everybody out, so he's got that death touch. It's a tough one. Nurmagomedov opens 2-1 favorite against Conor in early lines. I'd probably take Conor. 2-1 dog.
Well, I would always take the underdog. I never bet on favorites.
I know you will.
Yeah, to me, there's no point of betting on the favorites. I always bet on underdog.
Yeah.
I think you get more bang for your buck.
For sure. And then Nate and Poirier, if this happens, I guess. Now, I don't know what the heck's going on here, but
I'm going to say Nate, man.
Is it a 3-round fight? Is it a 5-round fight? I still think Nate takes it, but
I would hate to see
but it helps him if it's a 5-round.
Yeah, fight. I would hate to see a 3-round because 3-round, like,
he's way bigger than Poirier. Jesus. towering over him at the weigh-in.
Nate doesn't have so much the footwork, you know what I mean? But Poirier couldn't take that pressure. You know what I mean? I would like to see a 5-round fight because at least Nate would be able to get in his groove. But 3 rounds, you can dance around and you can pick a couple shots and make it.
If you're that athlete with footwork, it's like, okay, I could solve this puzzle for 15 minutes.
Yeah. But then when you go,
guys.
Eventually, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
After
If there's no time limits,
you
might take Nick and then he'd fight against anybody on the dang planet.
Yeah, but 5 rounds,
Crazy.
Nick would eventually, get to him, corner him off, corner off the cage or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's gonna take the 4th round. You know what I mean?
If you're smart, we've seen plenty of guys do it with great cardio.
Yeah.
It's the explosive athletes, the GSPs and the Benson Hendersons and those guys who can just kind of cruise and with explosiveness and a fight IQ.
But all those guys can
wrestle.
Can threaten him on the wrestling.
Yeah, they can do it all. But stay out of submissions.
Yeah, but I don't
and still strike good enough.
Yeah, but I don't see Poirier, threatening.
He's good on the ground, but yeah.
I don't see him threatening with his wrestling. I don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. He seems to want to strike, and I don't think that's any different. I think they're going to put on a show. So, but this is interesting. So yeah, I guess they showed. They announced announced as a co-headliner UFC 230 November 6th in New York City.
Oh, that's
Tossed
the one with
cold
Brunson.
water on the fight. I thought it was November 3rd.
That's the one with Brunson, right?
Yeah, it is. Brunson and Adesanya.
Yeah, there you go.
Announced for him meeting. Wait, it was a vintage Diaz. He was late.
Oh, in L.A.?
He was late to the presser, of course. It's time to go. It's time to go. He said, "This isn't my last fight. I've been in a lawsuit. Wasn't eligible to fight. Like I said, don't know why I told you guys that. Got this lawsuit out of the way. I've been going through the last 2 years, so I wasn't able to fight. So that's done and over. I'm ready to fight and get back to fighting if I'm going to be fighting." So let's hear what he said in this little video. They're mad they brought him to the press conference and then put a video of Conor and Khabib up, like to show that fight announcement, I guess, while they're there, seemingly, of course, to Nate as the big announcement, which I thought was kind of weird. Why didn't you just wait on the Conor Khabib? You just announced Nate yesterday and Poirier. Unless they were going to also be at the presser, I really don't understand why you didn't just wait. Even though the rumors were so heavy, I guess maybe they just had to. People were really already reporting it.
Do you think that you think they're sold out in LA
for the fight tonight? Tomorrow?
Yeah.
No.
Well,
you think it's to sell more Wolf tickets?
I mean, who's to say they don't show up, or on the possibility of somebody showing up? Or
Conor and Khabib, you mean show up to the fight tomorrow and that helps sell tickets as a way? I don't know. It just seemed weird. Like, why didn't you wait on Nate and Poirier then?
I don't know.
Because you wanted them at the press conference. Okay. But promote that fight. I mean, I kind of get where they're coming from. It seemed weird already to me. I didn't know any of this, but it already seemed weird. I was like, why would they do that 2 days in a row? No, and then do a press conference, a big press conference with all these great fights. And then you drop the bombshell of the biggest fight MMA can make. Really. It's just
that's the only thing
weird.
That makes sense, though, right?
To sell more tickets.
Sell more tickets. Sell more pay-per-views.
I guess. I mean, everyone's yelling. Everybody's saying this, saying that. Everybody's watching. Everybody's interested. And then the UFC, that's maybe a smaller card, grab some more momentum.
You drop that.
Everyone wants to watch the fight.
You drop the little teaser. Boom. Sit back and see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I mean. That's the only thing I can think of.
I already won twice, so I ain't worried about it, he said, as far as Conor McGregor goes. I love it. Either way, whoever you think won the second fight, Conor won the decision, but Nate choked him out. To me, he's on top of Conor. If I'm Conor, wouldn't you want to kind of like, dang it, I got to get this guy at least a second time? And really, I need a finish. He could be dead if there was not a referee, just saying.
Oh my god!
But really, versus going 25 minutes with you and 3 people saying that you won, in what was obviously a decent, a highly contested fight.
What it all boils down to is money.
And that's what do you mean? And that's why they're doing Khabib?
No, I'm saying that. I mean, in the future, if the money looks right, then I mean that fight needs to happen. I mean, as I'm thinking about it from a fighter. I'm not thinking about it from, like somebody viewing it.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, as a fighter, what would you want to make happen? You know what I mean? If you're before Khabib, right? That was the money fight. It was. So now that it's Khabib, that's the money fight right now. You know what I mean?
I tend to agree. I mean, look at all the followers he has. I think they could have gone either way with it.
Well, it's not even
right.
So much
it's like
followers.
Conor and Nate.
It's Russia. It's Russia.
A whole
and
other
Dublin.
country.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole other country, and one that the UFC is looking to go to and expand in and everything else. And you have this star who is undefeated, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, he deserves to fight. There's no doubting that. I love Nate. Nate's my dude. But I mean, he deserves, the best there is. And although I don't necessarily think Conor is, he certainly is the money fight. True. And the fight that Khabib wants.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's in a good situation now.
And then
Nate.
Tony's in the cut, just eyeing, waiting to get his knee better and come back like the maniac he is.
Yeah. See, he's just a weird fighter, man. Fucking just.
He's a weird dude.
Out. So it's like, it's just the awkwardness. You know what I mean? He's just so awkward. It's like, how do you even train for that shit?
Yeah, being able to just go crazy out there.
And then the worst thing is what you hire a training partner to try to mimic some stupid crazy shit. You know what I mean? It's like then it gets like over exaggerated, and then you're like training for this weird like.
You've got to get a jiu-jitsu guy who has great front headlocks, good wrestling, and able to threaten you with front head chokes.
Granby rolls 100 times.
Then you need a striker who can box pretty decent, but moves with some funky stuff.
Who can box good, that
Weird.
has fucked up footwork, but also decent.
Gets it done somehow.
You know what I mean? It's like
he gets hit, right? Tony takes some shots, but he rolls with punches pretty good, and he's always there. He's tough. He's durable.
I would have loved
well-rounded.
to see that
Khabib.
versus Khabib.
Oh man, me too. All those fights are great, though. I mean, and I love that Poirier's put himself in this mix as opposed to just being the 4 of them. Because really, Poirier's the 5th man, if you ask me, even though Tony's not the one not fighting in this 5-man equation. He's kind of the new guy on the block in the sense of, because Nate's had to fight with Conor, the fights with Conor. Nate's been doing his thing forever. And Tony's clearly the number 1, number 2 guy right there with Khabib.
Mm-hmm.
So Poirier really kind of snuck in here. It's kind of cool for him.
Yeah. He had a good win.
So, the kind of cute Brazilian chick's fighting. Viana. Poliana Viana. She's pretty. And she's good. She's on the main card.
What weight is that? 25, 15, 35?
I think she's 15. Let me make sure, though. She's fighting Aldrich. It's got to be 15 or maybe 25.
When is Andrade fighting,
27?
dude?
Is that this card?
That's what I want to know.
Yes, 227.
When's Andrade fighting?
Andrade is fighting for the title, maybe, against Rose. Is that happening?
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I
mean, they said that was the next fight, but maybe not. Maybe Joanna wants to fight, obviously, and she's calling for that fight.
Yeah, she's not gonna.
Carla's fighting your girl, of course, and that
Yeah.
who's coming to the forefront, man. People better be ready for Tatiana Suarez Padilla. What is her full name? I don't know. It's always confusing me.
I don't know.
Suarez
I just
Padilla.
know it's Tot.
Tati.
I'm like Tot.
Funny. So you segue into that actually real quick. Today on the Joe Rogan podcast, they're talking about kicks and how much they hurt. And then Joe just goes again, like he always brings up Lorenz and says, you know who has the best oblique kicks? Lorenz Larkin. And pretty awesome. I love that. And like my friends always text me whenever they listen a lot, and whenever like, hey, they just talked about Lorenz again, and it's like today I'm like, oh, I'm with him, great. And I obviously told you, which was cool.
I need to buy him dinner or something. I need to send dinner.
You need to get on there.
I need to find out where the fuck.
No, you need to
podcast.
get on there, and go meet him and do some kicks because he's got pretty awesome kicks too.
He does.
I'll come too. I'll show my amazing liver kick.
Yeah.
But no, you told me about this kick that you had to kind of developed because of Tati.
Oh no, that was the
Like a side one like that, boop, right to the liver. So your lead kick.
It wasn't for
flipping
Tati though. It
right
was.
there.
That was just a little flip.
Flip it up.
Yeah, there's a little like.
But you don't want to hurt her, and obviously, because she goes hard, right?
Yeah. She goes fucking.
She goes hard
ape
with this
shit,
guy.
dude.
That's pretty awesome.
She goes
like
ape shit. She goes full bore.
wow. With big gloves or small?
Both.
Crazy.
Both. Both.
Does she ever like crack you?
She tries. I have like a couple videos of her like winding up and like missing me.
I gotta see this.
You little
I gotta see
you
this.
little fucker. Watch.
So you started to get this kick in order to just set her back, sort of, but without obviously injuring or going too hard on her because you're way 60 more pounds.
Yeah.
So he flips that one up, boop, right into it because she's southpaw, right into her left side of her stomach, and that's a good shot. And you kind of used that in some fights lately, haven't you? You started to develop it more and actually utilize it when you spar with other people now, right?
Like southpaws. It's not really that like with bigger guys. I don't think I could probably drop somebody with that with the kick that I'm talking about, but like it's a little like sneaky little kick.
Yeah.
Not the oblique one, but
yeah, the oblique one is dangerous.
yeah. Man,
And the calf kicks.
I wish I could find this damn video, dude, so you can see. Yeah, but she's just an asshole, dude.
It's funny.
Long
But you
story
love her.
short.
But you love her, and you
Yeah,
believe
yeah,
in her
yeah.
because
Oh,
of
yeah.
this grit that you see in the gym, right? I mean,
for
that's
sure.
It's there's not a lot of girls, female fighters out there that will go extra hard with a 200+ pound walking around welterweight, with like you. Like they just don't. They just kind of take it easy and hope for the same. And I don't blame them. Self-preservation. But she's got that wrestler grind. And this fight with Carla is going to be interesting because Carla's gotten better too. So it's a good test. If she gets this one, I don't know. What do you think? One more in a title shot, or do you think a title shot? It's a former champion.
I don't know, man. She has a lot of like speed behind her, so it's like
Depends on the division a little bit.
Carla just fought Godea. Is that how you pronounce it? And that was a close fight. Claudia didn't like run through.
Dude, she won. Carla won.
Yeah.
She got robbed.
So it's
Let's be honest.
You know what I mean? So I mean, a win over Carla.
Since it's off a loss, but it's really like a win. It's like, okay, she might need one more. But if that was Carla getting a win and the same fight happened somehow, it could be a title shot just because of that. Even though I believe Carla won, it's like she fighting that fight for a title shot because this is the girl who actually won the fight.
No, for sure. Like if she comes in and just plows through Carla, like I'm pretty sure it's really close.
Mm-hmm.
After that,
a lot of smaller names. This card's not so deep, man. I'm not gonna lie. This card's kind of so seeing what you're saying and your theory about them trying to sell some more tickets and pay-per-views is probably a pretty good one.
Dude,
having
I'm
all
giving
these
it-
announcements happen on the week of the fight just boosts the brand, right? And more people are going to be like, I want to watch the fights now. Because really, there's 2 fights, man. Like, there's 2 title fights, and then obviously Moicano and Swanson Cub is a good fight. And other than that, you've got Biana and Aldrich, and then Kevin Holland. That's the guy you were talking about that's getting a shot versus Santos.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And he's on the main card, UFC debut.
Oh, the main card.
Main card. Open up the main card. So, tell me about him and just what you thought.
On the when he
His
fought.
record's not very good, right, or something.
I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you.
He was on a contender and lost. That's what you said. Not that his
Yeah.
record wasn't good.
Yeah. Or did
And still got a shot.
Yeah.
looking at his
I
record
believe
here.
I believe he lost.
Oh no, he won. He
Did he
won, but
win?
it was a decision.
Okay.
So he didn't get the contract in, but ends up getting a shot.
But the thing is, I felt like he could have put the guy away. He was doing a lot of talking and a lot of showboating, but showboating and all that is cool, but
Curtis beat him by decision.
yeah. That was
Curtis
at a
Millender.
CXF show.
LFA.
Oh, LFA. Sorry. Yeah.
That was
There you
probably
go.
before Curtis got the knockout then, which was that for a title? No.
No.
When he got the head kick knockout that got him in the
No, I
UFC.
think it was shortly after that.
Got it.
When yeah.
Tegan Dooley. I don't know that. Submission.
I can't find that damn video.
12-3. So he's got a good record, man. And he won on the contender. I mean, it's a good. You said he's a good grappler,
Yeah.
but he's really not an 85er.
I don't believe so. He doesn't have the size so much. He has the height,
Clearly, if he fought Curtis,
but not
like
but
he's
not
a 70-pounder.
but
He's
not the
fought at
size.
70.
Yeah. He's a 70-pounder.
So this is just a short notice up a weight fight, basically, and to get him in, and he'll take a fight at 70 after this. And all
Yeah,
likelihood.
probably hoping that after that he gets somebody in the 70 or something like that, and he gets some love for stepping up. That's what I'm thinking.
Interesting. Pedro Munoz and Brett Johns. I love Pedro. He's just such a likable guy. I've known him for a long time, and I really hope
From Black House,
he gets
right?
this win. Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
out at ATT now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw him when I went out there and saw Kobe out there, and this guy Brett Johns, 15-1. He lost to Aljamain Sterling and fought well in that fight. I remember, but I actually remember picking Aljamain because I know he has an undefeated 15-0 record, but you're fighting at the elite versus the elite right here, and I actually got some money on that one if I recall. So interesting. Pedro's very good at submissions, but that guy's tough. That's a good fight. That's a sleeper
Pedro's
fight on
tough,
this
yeah.
card.
Pedro's tough for sure.
Pedro's real tough. That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
mean, this guy's pretty good. Even though he lost to Aljamain, I thought he fought well. That's a good fight. That's a very good fight. And the other one I like on this card is Shaman Moraes versus Matt Sales. Matt Sales, a guy from Alliance that I've known for a long time
Shaman.
through Eric Del Fiero. Shaman Moraes, yeah, he fought World Series.
No.
He was a big 35er, and Marlon Moraes beat him in World Series, but he had trouble making weight, and now he's up at 45 for this fight. And Matt Sales is a guy who also fight in World Series fighting, who has funky style, kind of Dominic Cruz style like that,
Okay.
but a little more go for it, a little more in your face. I like it. He's pretty legit. That's going to be a barn burning fight. Fight of the night potential. Stand up fight. Barn burner.
Bar burner.
Bar burner?
Bar burner.
I'm just checking if the bullets had somehow crept into the gun.
No, they haven't came out of the
Just
mag
making
yet.
sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to get shot.
They haven't came out yet.
Okay, cool. I haven't said anything bad enough to make him.
Here, let me just. I'll put it away so you're all good.
No, I like it. And it's next to the Eureka Vapors right here.
Oh, plug.
It's my stuff. Check them out. Give them a follow. We're going to be doing some giveaways, actually. So follow us. Follow Lorenz, me, MMA interviews, an exclusive Vegas VIP. No, we'll make it 4. No exclusive Vegas VIP and Eureka Vapor. 4. Follow him, me, them, and MMA interviews.
And Monster.
and Monster. That's your main one. That's the one you want to plug. You got some other ones.
King Shocks too. E6.
Follow all them too.
Yeah.
But we're gonna make it for the 4, and then I'm gonna pick a winner. You got to inbox us. Inbox MMA interviews on Instagram. These are all Instagram follows and Twitter follows, both. But DM us when you did them on when you did all those follows, and I will pick a winner who will get a pen and a battery.
Oh, you can
if
hook
you're
them
in the
up
wrong
with
state,
both.
you might only get the battery. I don't know. You might have to come to Las Vegas where it's legal. Depends where you are. Most of the people are on the West Coast. I don't know.
You can't ship these out to a certain place.
I mean, is anything going to happen? Yes, but am I trying to break the law? No, not really. So, but really good stuff. Got a magnet in there.
Oh, that's fancy.
It's pretty fancy. So you actually screw the magnet onto the cartridge. These are all half-gram cartridges. And then drop it in. Just drop it in.
Super fancy.
Super fancy.
Fancy.
Fancy pants. I called some girl fancy pants the other night. It was awesome. The other day. I was with Nick Newell. And we were in an
Random?
elevator.
Like, so just somebody.
She was
a stranger?
actually a quite beautiful young lady. And I was like, you look nice. She had boots and she just looked fancy. And I was like, and I kind of thought she lived in Vegas. I just kind of thought that. Leaving the elevator, and I'm like, start talking to her, and then turns out she worked at Encore Beach, and she had a room that night. So she had one of the good jobs in town. If you're watching this, it was nice meeting you.
She worked at Encore?
Encore Beach Club as a cocktail waitress. So, yeah. But I called her Fancy Pants because she had these kind of fancy pants, but her boots were especially fancy. But I didn't want to. You never want to comment on the obvious stuff of a woman sometimes, right? Mm-hmm. The stuff that she always gets complimented on, which really maybe not her boots, but her eyes. She has piercing blue eyes. Don't compliment her eyes. Compliment something else that she doesn't hear 20 times a day. That she's going to be more like, wow, he didn't say something about my eyes. I wonder why. Just kind of a curious. And then she's going to want to talk more to you. Or at least she's going to like that compliment better than the normal one, right? You could also
take that advice and tell Spence how that works.
I'm going to be doing an entire show on pickup stuff.
Oh, shit.
So that's coming later. I actually got into this pickup game stuff.
Oh, my God.
No, like,
not the
dude,
corny
come
stuff.
on. You know I have game.
Not like the...
Tell the people.
Oh, my God. Like, you fell out of
No,
the sky
not corny
and all
stuff.
that shit.
No, that's terrible.
Okay.
That's terrible. Although our friend Dennis Vollmer, he has this line when you get in. How much does a polar bear weigh?
200 pounds.
See, most people guess a weight. Most girls tend to guess a weight. They haven't heard this before. Enough to break the ice. Boom! It actually worked.
You know what I have?
It actually worked.
I have a douchebag line. But I always thought it was the funniest line I've ever heard in my life. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I gotta get in my douchebag mode. Okay, so...
I'm always in douchebag mode.
Yeah. You walk up to a girl, and then you talk to her, and like, oh, you want to dance or whatever, and you just start talking to her. And if she says, I have a man, you just hit her right instantly. I got 2 goldfish. And then she's like, what? And then you tell her, oh, I thought we were talking about shit that didn't matter.
Nice. Nice. But we don't want the girls with the guys. We're good gentlemen.
I'm took.
Single.
I'm took.
You're taken now, yes. So am I.
Yeah.
Kind of.
You're took.
I'd like to think so. But that's neither here nor there. The pickup game is fun, regardless. And I always wanted to like help guys after I kind of like read about it and learned and kind of found my go-to stuff and what I liked out there and I kind of wanted to like help guys. So I kind of want to do an entire thing on it. So hopefully one of these days we'll really get deep into that on an episode.
Book did you
I have it right here.
Oh my God.
I have the game. This
I thought
is
that was a
Secret
fucking
Society.
Bible the whole time.
It looks like a Bible.
It
That's
does.
why. And you know I'm not really a religious man anymore. But this is the game. Secret Side of Pickup Artist by Neil Strauss.
Is
Very
there-
good book. Very good read.
Let me show everybody
There's a
I
bunch
don't
of chicks
know
on
if
it.
they, yeah. Can
Yeah.
you see like the
It's,
back?
it's
of the,
very well done.
oh,
And this was a best.
shit.
This was a bestseller.
She's on her
and
back with heels on.
Extremely well written. I don't read enough. I should read more. But this book like had me not wanting to put it down, and that just doesn't really happen
Pickup artist
for me, unfortunately. But so much fun, and it's not really a how-to or anything like that.
Oh
It's
my
a story.
This shows. Oh my god.
What?
Okay. This shows like literally like diagrams of like girls at the bar sitting down and how you
A
should
little bit,
approach
but it's
them.
really not a how-to. It's more of his story into how he got into the pickup game, what he learned from it, and kind of his take-all at the end. So it really does tie all together, but it definitely does underlie some of the main points that are involved in this stuff, and
He
it's
draws it
super
out.
interesting.
Oh my god, this is dope. This is funny because it's like it looks like a like Madden's drawing it like
It's
a playbook.
Yeah. Football diagrams,
Oh,
getting down to the
shit.
T.
That's crazy.
And yeah, I mean, so
is
many
crazy.
men don't know how to talk to women. Like it's so common. You know, even guys in the fight game. I'm like, they're kind of shy or awkward or something, you know, and it's like this is a successful, you know, alpha fighter, and still it's a nerve-wracking thing, just like public speaking or job interviews, right? It's really all is the same stuff.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah. This is just pretty much just talking, period.
Yeah.
In front of people.
And I bought his other one now, but I haven't read it.
Shit, this is the black and white.
The Uncomfortable Truth. The Truth, an uncomfortable book about relationships.
What does this guy look like, though?
He's not a good-looking guy. He has a dorky laugh.
It's over. It's over.
He got more chicks than everyone we know combined, like
But
times.
You don't know that, though.
I know that.
You don't know that.
I know that.
You don't know that.
I know that.
You don't know that.
Man, dude, trust me, bro.
Do you know this guy?
No,
You don't know.
not personally.
You don't know. You don't know. He's just a good fucking writer, man.
He's a very good writer.
If
And
he
that's
put that
actually
into
why he ended
sci-fi,
up
you
coming in.
would be like, oh, dude, this fucking alien story is so great.
I mean, so you think he made it up is what you're saying.
I'm
But
not
they're
g-
actual people he's talking about who had the show The Pickup Artist on VH1, and he's all in his book. Like, these are real people and real experiences that he goes in the book. It's nothing that's outlandish. He doesn't say he could get every single woman in bed with him, but he was confident the target he would get in, and he would, like, more often than not. I believe it. I've done pretty well myself, and I'm nothing special.
But the thing is like, I don't know. Who's to say the quality or whatever? You never know what the girls are.
Dennis just said, "Don't mess it up." That was his response to my Instagram story saying that we're doing the podcast.
Yeah.
That's funny. Don't mess it up. Hopefully he's watching over there in Sydney, my boy. He's going to come over here soon.
I need to look at this fucking guy's face.
All right,
dude.
so let's go to the main. Look at it. It's Neil Strauss. Fast. Finish that up, and then we'll move back to these main fights. On YouTube or just a picture, yeah, will pop up. He's balding, like shaved head. Doesn't work out.
The guy with the 2 hoop earrings.
No, that's probably. Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah, this is him.
Well, they talk about
American author.
peacocking and how you have to. You don't have to, but a lot of guys like to dress outlandish and actually get eyes on them. The guy Mystery he talks about a lot does magic, so that was his main thing. Is
He
like
does
magic.
magic.
Chicks dig magic. Apparently, go figure.
So he's the guy with the fucking magic cards in his pocket getting into the bar.
Different stuff, dude. Everybody wants to be around him or something. I don't know. That's what they say.
Can they even? Let me show.
We'd
everybody.
probably be like, this guy's a schmuck. Show him.
Can I see? Turn that so I can see.
Turn what? No, just go show him, and I'll tell you.
Oh shit.
Just put it right in front of the lens. Okay, it's very clear. Go back just a little. Right there is good. A little closer. He's not a good-looking gentleman, but this dude pulled chicks.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
Oh
We're gonna have to set up a meeting now with Neil Strauss. Neil, I'm gonna tag him on this.
I need
Come on the
proof, though,
podcast,
dude. I need
Come on the
proof.
podcast. That would be the best.
Where I come from,
I bet you this guy has a photo vault to die for.
My thing is, dude, where I live at, if you lie on your dick, man, that is like treason. That is super treason. You can never come back from that.
I don't, he ends up saying at the end how he really thought it was not necessarily, I hate to kill the story, but how like he learned a lot and it was kind of a fraudulent. There were some bad people he met and like it was not a good thing and he wanted to find the one more and
Yeah.
But it was really a social experiment for him. He went into this thing looking to probably write a book or fell in and decided to end up writing a book on that as a writer in LA. And that's kind of just what happened. And now he still does. There's seminars. There's how to like he has videos on YouTube and all this stuff.
Don't get me wrong. He probably can. Yeah, he probably can talk to a girl and probably can like guide somebody who's just very scared.
So what do you think, Mr. Know-It-All, women want?
No, I'm just saying. Well,
since you say that he can't get chicks,
well, I'm not saying he can't get chicks
or a lot.
I'm just saying. I need to believe. I need proof. You know what I mean? So I'm not just gonna take your advice just because you wrote some book.
We're gonna have to get
dipped
this
in
guy
gold.
out with us.
You know what I mean?
To go out dipped in gold.
Hey,
a Bible-looking book.
And I'll be the first guy to come back on the podcast and be like, "Hey, this guy's
the truth.
He's the truth. He does what he says he does."
The name of his book,
and his book should be dipped in gold, just how it is.
Dipped in gold. Nice.
But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's got some gold on it.
To me, at the end of the day, it's based on conversation, but it's also based on looks. And if you're claiming that you're pulling 9,
but don't you always wonder, like, who gets to have sex with her? And it's like this dime piece, like super hot chick, and you're just like, and sometimes you see him with some dude, and you're just like,
yeah, until you see them both leave the club in his Aventador. Pull off.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
We'll try to get in touch with Neil. We're gonna move on to UFC 227 back. We got to talk about this main event. TJ and Cody rematch. Good fight, man. Elite level fight. I lean to TJ because he has more weapons by a hair. The shin on head kind of.
I just don't know, man. That's a tough one. I would never even bet on that fight because the first fight, emotions were high. I think still emotions are high, but I think that Cody is dealing with it better.
That's what it looks like.
He's a lot quieter. I feel like he's just kind of been in training mode. You know what I mean? He probably just got a kick in the ass and realized it, and now is like time to shut up and grind. So. Yeah. That's my thing. That's why it's like it's a scary fight to pick who's gonna.
It's an elite level fight.
It'd be totally different if TJ came in and he just blew past Cody. He got clipped.
He got hurt. Maybe saved by the bell.
So, and he came back as a warrior as he is, and he won. But he was in dangerous territory for sure.
Yeah. Man, great fight. And two smaller guys that can finish. That's like
true.
This fight probably has. If you looked at the line, I bet it's probably about even on if it's going, over or under 2.5 rounds or or fight won't go the distance. Fight won't go the distance. It's probably like pretty good chance of a finish. Despite a lot of times 35ers wouldn't have that, right? Like Demetrius Johnson has had a lot of decisions, even though he's the best fighter alive, like we said.
But also,
just because smaller guys can't crack.
But you know what else too, though, man? I feel like in Demetrius Johnson's fights, he doesn't fight that often, right? Sometimes he doesn't fight that often. But I feel like when I watch his fights, I feel like he could finish the fight sometimes.
Yeah,
and
he's just kind of playing it safe a little bit.
If not playing it safe, I just think he's just getting ring time in,
which is good. Definitely, I mean, he has a lot of that. But definitely, like being safe, like I said earlier, why I think he's the very best. Because he doesn't get hit.
Yeah.
He doesn't take any damage.
His IQ is
But it is definitely
good.
That comes with getting less finishes.
But
sometimes.
Also, how many times do you see a fighter coming back to his corner? And his corner is great. Or his coach. I don't know what his coach's name is.
Matt Hume.
Matt Hume. Okay, so I've seen multiple fights of him telling him adjustments in the corner and him making them
Sick.
next round. You know what I mean?
Super coachable.
And it's rare. No matter how many top fighters you see, it's rare you see the fighters making the adjustments.
Another guy
you know what
that's
I mean?
kind of like that I could see is GSP, and they are both kind of similar in that their fight IQ and their well-roundedness and their like.
Yeah, but GSP
their
is not
coachability
exciting.
and
I'm not even gonna front and be like.
But
oh,
DJ
GSP.
is very exciting for you.
He is very exciting.
I agree. I'm just
He's a better fighter than GSP.
Well, yeah, I think he's the best ever.
Yes.
He's the best mixed martial arts fighter ever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Will he win versus Cormier? No, of course not. Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
but
that's not what I
Cormier
mean.
Was 125
exactly? If Mighty Mouse somehow was a bigger human being,
That's scary.
he would be the best because
That would be scary.
crazy because he doesn't get hit by the fastest, most explosive guys there is.
Mm-hmm.
But a TJ or a Cody is a potentially tough fight for Demetrius, especially going up in weight. Which is, if you rewatch the Cruz
But
fight,
is he going? Would that fight be going up in weight, or
Not
would they be
necessarily.
challenging the 125?
not necessarily,
belt?
but either way, it's a bigger guy, right? But
True.
yeah, but at least make them making the cut seems like it would benefit Demetrius because it's a
True.
big cut. But like, Demetrius and Cruz, go rewatch that fight. It's crazy to me because he did good. Like, he was hitting Cruz, and Cruz would have to get out of there and like get out of bad positions.
Also, it's
He
like-
just couldn't hit as hard either.
Yeah, he's just so.
And he was so much smaller, so
yeah,
he'd
he's
get
so
taken down.
undersized.
Yeah, he was
So
so
undersized.
undersized in that fight. He would just get taken down. But he was actually taking Cruz out with the hands. He was doing better standing. Not that Cruz did horribly, but he was getting the better of the stand-up. And the takedowns are what made the fight swing for Cruz.
Yeah, I don't even.
That's
count
crazy.
That fight.
Huh?
I don't even count that fight. He was not. That was not his weight class.
I mean, I agree, but it's you know, that would be the only knock that you could say that he's not the greatest, right? Like, just that he didn't win at a higher weight class because he's never lost otherwise. Besides that
Yeah.
fight, what's his other loss?
But then
That's
it's
it,
also
right?
like
the draw with the McCall.
If you say like Anderson Silva's not a great fighter because he got scissor sweeped into a heel hook, you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, a freak thing that is
Yeah.
a rare, amazing. He has 2 losses. So who was his other loss?
maybe in he fought in WC, right? Mighty Mouse.
Brad Pickett lost by unanimous decision. Wow,
In WC.
that's a long time ago. Yeah, that's
I figured.
WEC 48 Aldo versus Faber. So he fought Dominic far after 5 fights later. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th fight after that. Then he came right after the Dominic fight was the tournament. I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even have another fight after the Cruz fight. He went straight to Ian, who almost beat him. If they go to an extra round, might beat him.
Was it?
Wow. Imagine that. Imagine the difference.
who did he fight for the belt?
For Ian, poor guy.
Who do you fight for the belt then?
He fought Joey after that, so he won that. So he wins the rematch with Ian. They have to push the belt back. Then he fights Joey Benavides, wins a split decision there,
Mm-hmm.
but one that was pretty handily for him. Well, one was 49-46 at least on one card. Then he beats Dodson, Moraga, Benavides again, Ali, Chris Carriazo, Horiguchi, Dodson again,
Horiguchi
Henry
is-
Cejudo,
is
Tim Elliott, Will
fast as
Reyes,
shit.
Ray Borg, and now he's fighting Cejudo again. So he's fought every one of the top guys.
He's
will have
literally-
beaten twice.
He's literally swept his weight class.
It's unreal,
He swept it.
man. That last fight with the Ray Borg,
It's ridiculous.
That's the craziest stuff. How do you do that to another elite level contender?
He's something else, dude.
Crazy.
But with TJ and
Safe to say we're both picking Demetrius to win this weekend.
Yeah.
FYI.
yeah.
Cejudo looked a little sucked up.
Yeah, but usually he is. He always looks
He's
a
missed
little
weight
sucked up.
before.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Cub Swanson and Moicano. This Moicano guy has burst on the scene, and he is good. I think his only loss, I'll check, is Ortega in the UFC at least. 1 loss and 1 draw. So, yes, Brian Ortega got submitted.
This is a draw in
Brian's
UFC
a
or
beast.
prior.
prior.
Oh, okay.
Had to be. Work. Come on. How do I look at all of them? It just shows me the last ones. But yeah, Cub. Tough fight. And I know both of our friends, Saeed and Georgie, both train with Cub, and they're good friends with Cub, and I like Cub. But this is a tough fight, man. He's a huge underdog. What do you think?
Well, he's with was it a training lab now, Cub. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
He's been training with those guys for a while, though, even in the last fights. His draw was against some dude in Brazil, majority draw. So he probably maybe won one on one card.
No, this is his first fight. No,
who?
with training lab.
I
Cub.
mean, but he's been training with TJ and with Joey.
But I think like he'll go out to Albuquerque sometimes.
I don't think he's been to Albuquerque in a while.
Really?
For a camp. I really do. Maybe not at all for training. I think he just stays home. He's got the kid now too. I mean, I don't know, so I don't want to quote, but this is just what I think. It seems like he's always been in the desert. I haven't seen him back there or had them in his corner even in a long time. I can't remember. But I mean, again, I could be wrong. I'd have to ask some of the guys from Jackson's or Cub himself.
We'll see. I've seen a lot of training stuff, so I mean.
So Cub lost to Frankie, decision. Brian went to decision with Artem, which is like seemed like he should have finished that fight. Of course, the win with Juho Choi was awesome.
Yeah.
Kawajiri, nice win.
He's
Hakan
gone,
Diaz,
huh?
nice win. Decisions, all decisions. Cub hasn't knocked anybody out in a while.
Yeah, but
Not since Dennis Seaver. Surprising, because
he's been a little knockout hungry though in some of his fights.
the really good fight I thought from him was the Jeremy Stevens fight. That was a great fight, I thought, for Cub. I thought he turned a corner there, but then he just lost 2 in a row after that to Frankie and Max.
Which are both tough guys, though.
Yeah, I mean, so he's lost to Frankie twice now. He got that title. That was a title shot versus Max, or no? No, I guess that's just a while ago.
Yeah.
On Max's ascension before he got it. Yeah, because that's like 6 fights ago. Duh. So,
but that was when Max was on his little roll though, right there, and then he fought him, and then that was the fight that I think
Max still on a
one more
huge
fight
roll.
or 2 more fights after that. I believe he fought for the belt.
Good belt, good division down there, man. Or Brian and Max, what a great fight that is.
Yeah,
that's a great fight.
I wish it could have happened.
I know. Max got big. He I knew he wasn't going to make the 155 because I had just seen him and he looked like he was 200 pounds. And I'm like 180. I was high 80s. I was really heavy. And I'm like, geez, I feel small next to Max, and I've, been with him plenty to know. He just seemed big. And then, of course, he didn't make weight there. And then, I think he's got to.
Hopefully he gets that.
Eventually he's going up soon.
Yeah, hopefully he gets that all worked out. Because I was hearing all this stuff about it, and then I finally seen a video, and I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
It kind of concerned me. I was like, man.
Rough. Yeah, I got to lean to Moicano on that, of course. But I'll be rooting for Cub. I hope he gets it done. This Pollyanna girl, JJ's good. That's a good fight. Either girl could win. I'm going to go with Pollyanna. She seemed really impressive. But then the Kevin Holland kid, you think he can win? Guess that's it after that.
I don't know. I mean, everybody has a shot. I think if he takes him down, I would like to see what Santos' ground game is like. But, for the initial part, from what I've seen, I'm just going off of what I've seen on the Contender. It wasn't
impressive.
No.
Not Killer Instinct. But maybe he can get that. If he's a good fighter, like you said, getting ring time, maybe he can he can put that together,
We'll see, though. 72, 75. I don't know. We'll see.
I got to look at the bets in order to make a prediction here for everybody before we call it.
The guy who fought Cub Swanson, he's Hoy, was it? What's his name? The Slugfest, Crazy Slugfest. Who was that? The Asian fighter.
Do Ho Choi. Yeah, Korean Superboy.
Yeah, Superboy.
Dude's sick.
He's serving right now, right?
I guess he did go now, and we got Korean Zombie back, right? So he's fighting. He's a main event. Who's he fighting?
Frankie, no? Or who is he fighting? Is
Frankie. Yeah, it's Frankie.
Yeah, Frankie. Okay,
Headline 25th anniversary show. That's cool. I gotta lean to Frankie, man. But man, this guy's a killer. He came back and won or lost. I forgot. He came back and lost, right?
Who?
I thought he was gonna win. Korean Zombie.
I thought this is his first fight back.
No, he came back and knocked out Dennis Bermudez. KO. He won.
He did.
Yeah.
And he knocked him out kind of vicious too.
Yeah, quick, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was kind of bad on Dennis. Just can't win. I don't understand. He's a good fighter. He just seems like he loses fights he should win, including the Jeremy Stevens fight. But it's tough to win at that level. What do you think goes into that? Do you think that's mental? What do you think that is? Like
with what?
When it seems like a guy should be winning, or he's winning a lot of the fight a lot of times, like a lot in his career or something, and then he like somehow finds ways to lose as opposed to find ways to win. When you really look like he's the better fighter, you know, and it's like, do you think that's just shit happens? Do you think that's a mental thing? Do you think that's a good job on the other guy?
All depending.
But when
on
it starts
person.
happening a lot, what do you think it's just you have to weigh everyone differently?
Yeah. It could probably be so many different things.
I don't want to name anybody when it comes to my thoughts on this stuff, so we can't get too specific. But I mean, even for you, I mean, we can talk about you because you've had your ups and downs. You went on a big 5-fight winning streak. Like, do you feel any different when you're on that win streak than you do when you lose a couple fights? I know you felt like your back was against the wall in this last one, and it's a fight you should win after coming off 2 losses. Like, we know that, and you went out there, and first round you kind of were a little tight, right, and a little careful, cautious.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, talk.
I think it's just you have some fights that I don't know. That's the thing, though. It's just, this is the fight game.
Yeah.
Just you kind of just chalk it up to that. It's just you're gonna have wins. You're gonna have times where everybody's excited as shit, and you're going out with your team and partying, and then you have times where you feel like you fucking suck. So I mean,
and we still go out and party.
Yeah. You know what I mean. So it's like
go drown our sorrows.
Yeah. So but that's why everybody thinks this is so easy. You know what I mean? Like, and when you hear the whole mental thing, like the mental part about it, some people are always like, no, you could be fucking just great and that'd be it. No, like I've seen a lot of fucking great fighters that just can't put it together.
Yeah.
They're just
in a fight. Like they're great in the gym even.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's a lot. It's so much mental behind it, man. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. You're talking about training for however long, right? Then going against somebody who's been training,
who's been doing the same thing, and you're a beast.
Yeah. So you're going into a fight, right? Then you're going on one of the biggest stages in the world. You know what I mean?
Yep. Shiny brights, millions of viewers.
Exactly.
Forever.
Yeah.
This shit is forever.
Forever. You get
forever.
Yeah.
People can watch
anything.
Forever.
Yeah. Anything that happens on the
which can be good and bad.
Yeah. And then you're worried. It's just there's so many things. If there's something going on in your personal life,
it's so final, right? You lead up for this whole thing to this one thing, and it's so final. It's so
literally 15 minutes. Literally, if the fight goes how it goes on a normal fight, you have 15 minutes. You've been fucking training months for 15 minutes.
Dieting, recovery.
You know what I mean? Everything for
laundry.
15 minutes.
The laundry struggle is real.
Yeah. If people knew how much fucking laundry detergent and fabric softener I go through,
should get a sponsor for that.
Yeah, right. No, but going that long for 15 minutes, it doesn't even sound right. You know what I mean? For you to perform 130% for 15 minutes. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then you can't bring no personal life shit that night. You have to block out all that shit. And
Have you had fights when you've had like a lot of stuff going on?
I've always been good at blocking out stuff.
Yeah.
But that's why I say it's all mental, man. It's a lot of it is mental. You have to be able to block all that shit out. And not
I love your approach. You always seem very even. I mean, in general, and also even after you win or lose, obviously there's a difference. But I've never seen you get too, mad or too like sad after. I know the one time I think I saw you the most upset was the Daily. Because you're like, not this guy.
But you know what? It's like, I'm not gonna like. I hate like I've seen shit and they're like, it was because he got super mad. That's why he got caught. No, motherfucker. Like I was totally okay.
Yeah.
Like I've been in multiple street fights.
You didn't fight any different.
I fought this. I fought the way that I should have been fighting. I literally just didn't duck enough for a fucking spinning back.
And you know what I say? Probably should have got his hips when he's turned to you.
Yeah.
Because it's a guy who can't grapple. So that should be. And that's if my one criticism about you, it's that I want you to put it together a little bit more because you can. But,
But at the end of the day, it had nothing to do with anger.
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
Weigh-ins were weigh-ins.
You did kind of come in for the kill a little because he was a little. You cracked him before that. And it seemed like he came in for the kill a little. And he just, good on him.
You just got caught.
Yeah, good on him. Stood you up.
You know what I mean?
Barely grazes your head.
It was a good one because it was just one of those fucking equilibrium things. You know what I mean? It's not like I blanked out and I was just like, where am I? And then I got hit. Your
balance.
I was there, but I was like, oh shit, and then it's too late. I got caught.
Yeah,
but
spun around right to his best punch.
But
good on him.
That's the fight game. Yeah,
that's him. I mean, and that's what he does, right? I mean, he's that guy, and good on him for switching up his sort of between rounds, because he was saying how he couldn't touch you or something, and I gotta clinch with them and get to land my strikes something, and he did do better in the second round than the first, like because he came in shooting, you shrugged him off like nothing, but it allowed him to somehow get closer to you, or it worked out for him in the end. First round you just dominated, so
I
me
will
watching
say this. He caught me with a spin back fist. I'm not gonna say he set it up. He just fucking threw it. It's not like it was like we're gonna push him against a fence, and then when he doesn't know, we're gonna throw this shit. I'm not gonna allow this motherfucker to be like, oh yeah, we did all this. At the end of the day, I was right there. He just threw it, and it fucking landed.
He may have played a little possum even.
I don't know. I wouldn't even give him that much fucking credit.
Yeah,
but he did catch me.
I want that fight. You want that fight?
What's gonna happen eventually? So that's why I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah. What do you think happens? Is he fighting Paige? Is that set or no?
I think so. I think that's probably gonna be the first fight.
And
or not the first fight.
First fight of the tournament.
Or not. I don't know the first fight of the tournament, but
it's gonna be the first round of the tournament.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna
fight.
That's like they wouldn't risk them being on two different brackets and then not being.
Yeah, just make the fight in England.
Yeah.
Who do you think will win?
I don't know. This is was it Michael's first like big step up, because we all know
Daly's gonna clinch him at least, and maybe take downs and maybe try to land strikes. Clinch. That's what I was just talking about.
Shoot it, try to take him down.
He did on he fought Masvidal. You watched that fight, surely, dude. He wrestled.
A long time ago,
he wrestles Masvidal to a victory, to a split decision or something.
Fuck, I need to
decision,
watch that.
Bro, because he didn't want to stand with Jorge.
I need to
Crazy.
watch that.
Crazy.
How long
Technically,
ago is
he's not like
not
you're getting better than him. No, it was in a different promotion. Let me look.
Like before they both got in the Strike
It was
Force,
in
right?
some otherworldly promotion. I'll find out right now. Might have been Bama.
Oh shit.
Might have been Bama.
I thought they were overseas.
Masvidal Daily pulled it up right here. Shark fights.
Oh, shark fights.
Shark fights. Dude, that was a good. I mean, Masvidal was getting the better of it, but it was a good, and he just didn't. He put him against the cage. He's like, screw this. I can wrestle this guy because he's a little smaller. Crazy. See, so sometimes you got to wrestle.
Yes.
Even Paul Daly has wrestled to victories. I've never seen you wrestle to a victory. You never have. All your fights.
I've done a shot once or twice.
Yeah, you know, when you took Masvidal down, I know you were proud of that.
I got Gian too.
Volante.
Yeah.
And that's a high-level big wrestler, too.
It is.
I mean, that's what I say. You can do it. So, you can do it.
Who wants to shoot, though?
Yeah. Who wants to see that, right? But in this game, it's like evolve or dissolve, and you have to mix it up. And it also depends on your opponent, right?
Yeah.
Do you have Daly's hips? You take them, right? That's like, because you did take him down in the first round, had some top time, and dominated the first round. Dominated. I want to see that fight again. And then who else is gonna fight in there? Rory, maybe Lima,
Korshkov or
Korshkov.
Yeah,
is that he's rematching Lima or no?
That's the first fight.
So that one's set too.
Yeah, that's in September 29th.
Dang, that's a good fight.
I think Fitch is in there. I think Ed Ruth.
I would love that fight.
I think Neiman.
Ed Ruth got his way in. Demon Gracie. So what? They'll probably put them two against each other. That's an easy first round. They can't. Fitch. They can't put him against Rory.
Fitch and Rory. I think that's it.
Those are the possibles, and you maybe. Interesting. They got to finalize this stuff. We'll see what happens. Kind of cool. It'd be weird if Rory is in. I don't understand why he's in.
From what I believe, he has his belt on the line. Each fight he fights, if he loses. So essentially, Rory can fight you first round. You beat him. Now I'm
the champion going through the tournament.
Going through the tournament, and then you fight Lima. Lima beats you
for a title fight.
Yes, 5 rounds.
Yeah.
And he could take the belt.
How is that fair, though, for the guy who has the belt to have to fight 5 rounds versus 3 rounds to win this tournament? It does not make the tournament fair.
I think everybody's fighting 5 rounds. I think.
Because they're all going to be main events.
I think.
But Bellator doesn't even have that.
No, they don't. But I think just for that situation, I think everybody's fighting 5 rounds.
Dude, that's crazy then, too. So this going to... Maybe you'll end as an alternate, and then you can just squeeze your way through with 5 less rounds or 10 less rounds than everybody. It's crazy.
It is. It's a crazy setup.
That's weird. That is weird. If everyone's a 5-round fight, then at least it's an even playing field.
At least I think.
Yeah.
I know for sure Rory's fighting 5 rounds because he has to for the belt.
If it's for the belt, it has to be for 5 rounds. Or you just don't do the belt on the line. I would accept that almost. The belt's not on the line. It's like WWF.
But also though, he shouldn't be able to fight though if the belt's not online. He shouldn't be able to do the tournament because essentially you're kind of like
he'd be fighting himself for the belt at the end.
Well, no, not necessarily that, but say
he will have cleaned out.
Say he fights to the semis, right? Loses. You're still gonna have to fight him. You know what I mean?
At the end.
At the end. Not
if the belt's not on the line.
Not at the end, but after the tournament, you're gonna get your title shot.
Yeah, you get a title shot, and it's like, I already beat him.
But he got a freebie.
He got a freebie. I don't understand why he put him in though. He's fighting the 85. You just wait, don't you? You just wait a year. How long can it take?
I think he's just trying to have his mind.
And if he wins, he can defend the 85 belt.
I think he wants 3 belts.
What's the other one?
The Grand Prix belt.
Well. That's cool. And I respect that. I respect his winning attitude and desire for like legacy type bigger stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I respect it. And the way that he fought through that when we watched that fight, I can't believe he won those rounds. And Lima, we both feel like Lima should have done it.
He dropped the ball.
How did he will himself to win though? Still impressive.
Yeah.
Crazy. I'd like to see that again. All right, man. Well, shoot. What else we got to talk about?
I think that was it, right? Pretty much.
That's pretty good. Everything. I think we did pretty good. We could have gone more into guns. You guys want to hear more about guns?
I know. Next time I just got to bring them all out and set them all up, and we'll just go. And we'll just be a show and tell.
Go over show and tell.
Show and tell.
Show the arsenal. Yeah, I mean, I will just say at the end, he didn't know that private sales in so many states didn't require a background check and simply an ID to show that you live in that state. And that, at least we can agree on, should be changed. It's a bit ridiculous.
That should be changed. I will say that. Oh,
So
yeah,
that's all I really want here.
If you did something to where
Yes.
that's the only thing I'm gonna give you. But
There's probably a
if
couple more we could find, but we'd have to find them.
If you did something to where, because okay, so what he's talking about is, he told me that in Vegas, if I have
it's 46.
if I have a gun, and he just say he's my neighbor or whatever, he comes over, I sell him my gun, I don't technically have to do a bill of sale, or I don't have to let the DOJ know that he bought my gun.
You don't have to do a background check on that person even, and
that's
see
what I'm
if they're
saying.
a prohibited
You don't
person.
have to do any paperwork.
Crazy.
I didn't know that. I still need to look that up and see.
Bro, it's a fact. I promise.
But if that is the case, then
Molly has her concealed carry. She knows all this stuff.
Yeah.
And she said it too.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, then yeah, if it's like that, then I understand.
Even at shows, if you're this is how I know too, there's videos.
Like gun shows.
Yeah, gun shows. If you're not a authorized dealer, you're just a private seller at a gun show. And that's how so many guns get sold. At these gun shows with private sales at a public. I just don't want all these weirdos to just able to go in and grab a gun like nothing. Just give a few $100 and grab a gun. That's too crazy.
I was always a firm believer on background checks.
Yeah, I mean, why not, right? What do you think about then? Like, you think 21, obviously, to own a handgun is pretty much, I think, good. Federally. Okay, but why would you want that person with an AR-15 when they're 18 years old?
Well, it's because they classify it as a rifle, and so it's like, in a sense, you can go hunting with it, but most people do like long rifles, like like bolt action type things when they're hunting like deer or elk or whatever else they do.
It adds more sport to it, I would think.
But I don't know.
Than
but I mean,
spraying at a deer. I got this one.
But I mean, I don't know. It's at the end of the day, there's always gonna be some dumbass that's gonna fuck it up and then do something stupid. So no matter what type of things,
restrict and try to save lives.
But also with all the bad shit that's happened, I feel like they're making it harder for the people that are able to and that do abide by the rules, harder for them to get guns.
But you're okay with it being a little bit harder to save if it were meant to directly save lives for you, because you do all the right stuff.
Well, in a sense of, I don't mind if it's harder,
but you feel like it's still not going to make a difference.
But you're having the people who are able to own guns and do it the right way. You're modifying the shit, right? So it's like you're able to have this Mac, right? But now, because some other motherfuckers did some stupid shit, now I'm like, okay, well, this screen has to be half the size, and your keyboard could only be fucking 6 inches long. Well, you know what I mean? So now I'm fucking just.
But if you already had your weapons,
shit.
You're probably okay. Usually, typically.
No, because they make the law, then you have to change it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you don't, it's a felony.
Oh, wow. Or you got to just bring them here. Which you can do now.
But you got to live here.
Yeah. Exactly. But wow. I mean, just, the gun stuff is just difficult. It's a difficult thing. You have a lot of cop friends. I mean, what do they say? I mean, I know they love guns probably too, but they must talk, or you must have heard them say like how many guns are out there is a difficult thing for them.
But I mean, it's easier for me to get a legal gun than it is to get a legal gun.
That's a problem too, don't you think?
But that's always been a problem.
Well, I mean, you say legal or illegal, but when that gun is bought at this is in California, but a private sale, and that person who bought it is technically a prohibited person, it makes that, quote, legal gun illegal. Because he's not legally having a gun.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say no crimes have been committed with people going to gun shows and getting guns and using them for bad shit. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that from the cases that have happened, that's been publicized, right? It's all been with people who either kids getting somebody's gun, or with your guys' strategy, tragedy. I didn't say strategy, but that guy just had guns and just
he just
not fucking
equipped
there.
himself little by little.
Yeah,
Not
but it's
dramatically.
the thing is like I don't feel like all the guns on the street come from gun shows. You know what I mean? They come from different places.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're brought in illegally.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think
there's-
that's more of like an exporting.
But if we say that that's true, then how do you explain Australia? Of course, okay. I know one thing. Of course, I'll let you say it. But how do you explain how good they have it and how few guns they have, and Japan for that matter? So those are
They
two
have
countries
guns
with
in
no
Japan.
shooting.
you can have guns in Japan.
It's very difficult. Same in Australia. You have to prove like why you need it. But yes, they do, and you
But the
have to
thing
have
is-
extensive training.
But what's the why would you need it? You know what I mean? I have it because I'm able to. I'm into them as
Hobby.
it's a
Really,
hobby.
for you, it's hobby mostly.
But the thing is people try to justify and say, hey, why would you want to have, you know, and they don't consider it a hobby, you know what I mean, because it's something that can cause damage, you know what I mean, used in a certain way, but it's a hobby at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's for protection though too.
it's for protection. But I mean, you've got two bull terriers at the house, and your chick can fight. And last I checked, you're a pretty good fighter. So really, it's kind of like, well,
Yeah, but I can't punch a bullet.
yeah, you think someone's, but you don't. But no one's coming to your house with guns drawn.
I don't know that.
I mean, you don't know that, but what are the chances? Realistically, what are the chances?
What's the chances of me dying in a plane? What's the chances of
Probably higher than someone coming in with a gun into your home. And it's still a small freaking chance.
I'm willing to bet you you
You don't live in the hood no more.
You pull up home invasions compared to plane crashes, and let's see the difference.
There's probably more home invasions.
Yeah,
But with firearms, where they killed people, like where do we stop here?
but everything
I don't know.
everything kills people. Cars kill people. People use
Yeah,
people
no, I'm
use
just-
cars as freaking.
We're gonna go to the car excuse. That's an
It's
easy
not-
one for
it's-
me to
it's-
kill. So
but
let's not go
It's
there.
not an excuse though. This is a fact. I'm not making this up.
Cars kill people.
And also, people.
Cars have huge
Can I say this?
use in our society.
It does, right?
When has anybody in a car killed 58 people at one time in a matter of 5 minutes?
I don't know if it's 58 people, but how many? What was it when in that march when that guy plowed through all those people?
I mean, you can kill. I could see you killing a dozen, even up to 20.
I think
But you can't kill 60. And we've had that happen twice in a year and a half. I mean, at least you have a fighting chance to jump out of the way. A bullet's kind of coming at you from above. It's a little bit tough, you know. You hit her
True.
like into a sea of people. You can't, you know.
But also,
It's
though,
just-
that's probably one of the biggest.
And it's a problem, right? We make regulations on cars. You have to have a driver's license. You have to have
But how many people
insurance.
abide by that?
You have to have most, I would say. But still, the point is we have laws.
Yeah.
So reasonable laws to try to prevent these things from happening, including drunk drive, you know, and that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying we need, you know, some reform on guns. I'm not even saying take the guns. Do what Japan and Australia does. I'm not even saying that at all. But it is part of the argument when you use something like, well, there's always going to be somebody, or, you know, like
There are, because the thing of it is
there's always going to be guns coming anyway, you know, that
there's
kind of
also-
theory. I'm like,
there's
well,
always
they
gonna
did
be
it.
a dumbass doing something. So no matter how much you strip
I'd
down
rather
a gun,
have a dumbass come at me with a knife than a gun. So would you?
Listen, what I'm trying to say is, no matter what, no matter how much you strip down a gun and take away the things to make it what it is, even if you make it to shoot one fucking bullet at a time, somebody's gonna take that gun and shoot somebody with it, eventually. Right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's just it's bound to happen. You know what I mean? I would hate for
But
it
if,
to happen.
if,
but
if guns that were illegal were much harder to come by, what happens?
that's not true though.
No,
I
if they were, what happens?
I don't
right?
see that. That's just like
The price goes up. That's my answer. Supply and demand, right? So if we're able to not have guns be everywhere, and I mean, right now, the numbers are crazy. How many guns per American citizen? I can look that up.
Okay, listen. This is what I'm trying to say. Is no matter
like
how
12.
much you say, how much the guns will go up, people are still going to get them.
The more the guns, the more the shooting. You agree with me, right? The more people get shot.
The more the guns, the more the shootings?
Yeah, the more people get shot and killed and hurt or yeah.
You're still going to have
clear.
them. You're still going to have
I'm
them.
just saying.
No
you
matter
agree with that,
how
right?
expensive they get, which I don't ever see them getting because there's just too many of them. There's too many ways to there's too many ways to even make a gun for it for something to happen like that. You can go get an 80%er, mill that thing out and have a gun.
We haven't heard much about from the Florida kids. I'm sure they're out doing their thing still, but we haven't heard much from everybody bashing or them being out there as much anymore, have we? So we have citizens held firearms per 100. Citizen held firearms per 100 population. So the U.S. has 120.
You know what I would like to see?
People.
I would like to see this, and this is I've been thinking about this for a minute too. And tell me if you agree.
And the next country, Yemen. Oh,
look,
is half, less than half.
Listen to this.
Wow.
I feel like if you don't publicize like shooters,
they won't copycat
at all. You don't put their name out there, nothing. Everything is private.
It's such a tough thing.
It is.
Because as a journalist and with a journalist background like I have, it's such a tough thing.
It is. But in a sense,
I agree with you that you need
it.
to, a lot of people will say that after you do the initial report and you kind of have to say their name, unfortunately. But after that, you just call it the shooter when you talk about it. So you don't publicize the person at all. And I agree with what you're saying. It's like it's why they don't show the people running on the field at the football games anymore. They don't show them. They specifically put the camera off of them because these people want to be seen and want fame.
Yeah.
So they take the camera off of them and they don't show them. And actually, those things have diminished. So they still happen.
I would like to see
they're
that.
diminished.
I would like to see that.
I would too.
And I think that it would, because these fucking people are just getting in the mindset of
they're all copycats. Hence why they all use AR-15s, right?
I'm not saying that.
Because it's not a superior gun. You can attest to this. An AR-10 is a superior gun to an AR-15 for what they're trying to accomplish.
Well, yeah.
So why are they always using AR-15s? Clearly because they're copying.
That, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist or somebody with great aim to operate an AR for close type shooting like that. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
I don't know. That's just a conversation that always just goes.
I mean we could go on and on. But it's good. It's a good dialogue, right? That we can have. Like I said, I think that you live in California, so you think there's not a gun problem because you have such strict
There is a
stuff.
gun problem, though. I mean, I get it, but at the end of the day, don't make the people that are law-abiding citizens suffer for it.
But law-abiding citizens are suffering for it. How do you tell that to the people who are getting shot who don't want to carry guns?
But that goes across the board, though. You're trying to just pinpoint deaths on guns. I'm not
talking about just deaths or lives are changed from shootings and deaths all the time. Even the people who don't die, their families are changed forever. These kids are changed forever. Their school got shot. That's something that will be with them forever.
I get it.
But the impact, I think, is so tremendous. I really do. I think it's a tremendous impact on so many people's lives outside of those even just killed. Especially with these mass shootings, right? People don't care as much. They're criminals, just like what you're saying. You're like, people are going to do it, and they're criminals. We don't want to punish law-abiding citizens for that. But then we have kids getting mowed down in their schools, obviously. And people want to say it's a race card, but obviously people are going to pay more attention to that. It hits close to their home. It hits to their lives, the average citizen who's doing the right thing, which
but also,
most people are.
But also on the other end of it is like, okay, look, schools have funds, right? And the thing of it is I'm not blaming this on like because they didn't have
They're
security.
underfunded. Teachers are underpaid.
They might be underpaid. But what I'm trying to say is I see a lot of schools building fucking new stadiums, new aquatic fucking centers. You get what I'm saying? Adding on and all this other shit.
Colleges, or you're talking about like high
High
schools
schools.
and stuff?
High schools.
I don't see that much of that. They're underfunded. These schools,
Where?
man, I think
I can
education
name-
is
I can name
country
three-
is
three
one
high
of the
schools
biggest
right off
problems.
the
Probably
bat.
a bigger problem than guns is education. Jesus.
I'm not talking about education though.
Yeah,
I'm
but
talking-
it
I'm not-
matters, and it's
No,
because of
it
the
does.
funding.
It does, but what I'm trying to say is I've seen multiple schools.
But a lot of them are private. Maybe you're seeing
No,
building
it's not
those
private.
centers.
It's public schools.
Sure.
I'm positive.
All right.
Positive. And I've seen new aquatic.
Cali's doing good. We're running on a surplus now.
Well, I'm not gonna say it's everybody. I'm just saying things that I've seen. I'm like, oh shit, they got a new football field. Oh shit,
Inner
they got
city
a new-
schools can't have fucking books and desks, man, in Baltimore. Like, it's bad. In Baltimore, black inner city schools, they got some metal detectors, though. And there's never a mass shooting. And I'm not even saying metal detectors are the answer, but it's curious that there's never mass shootings at schools in inner cities.
Mm-hmm.
It's always at these
But my thing is,
white
it's,
schools.
It's
And
not expensive for what you're getting
To
to
do
have
what?
somebody be at
patrol.
the school.
But you really think that's going to stop it? What if he just gets
I
mowed?
think it can prevent it for sure.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, I would hope nobody gets hurt.
You think
but
Joe
I don't-
Schmo getting $15 an hour is really going to want to stand up to Homeboy with a fucking AR-15 though, coming in hot?
I don't know, but I mean,
Would you, with just your pistol?
if I had a
You'd
good
be
shot,
cautious.
Yeah, I would be cautious for sure. I mean, if I would have a family to think
If
about.
if
But
if
I
it
had
breaks
a-
out, you're on the other side of school. You're going to run over. He's already mowing down people. I mean, how is that really an answer? You know what I'm saying? He's
Well,
already mowing down people.
It's an extra.
So maybe you can reduce it. Maybe you get shot. Maybe you run. And I'm not saying you. He's just some dude paying $15 an hour.
But-
he's obviously not the
but the thing
best.
is,
He's not a hero.
Who's to say though? You just never
You
know.
think it's a deterrent? Do you think it's a deterrent?
I think so for sure.
Maybe.
Are you gonna risk? The thing of it is when you're going to a school, these guys they've been to the school.
They know everything. So they
Once
know that
one-
there's a guard and how to get him.
That's not true because you don't know where the guard sits. The guard patrols the whole damn school.
He might be on a schedule. You learn the schedule.
Maybe.
You're the one
Maybe.
saying these guys are planning it.
Maybe.
I mean,
but what I'm trying to say is,
I'm going to go straight for the guy with the gun, I suppose.
Instead of you jumping into a school knowing that nobody has anything, you're going into a school where you're like, okay.
So your thing is
there's
more
2
guns
armed
will
guards.
stop the gunmen. That's your argument now.
I think it's just security. Period.
Do you feel like
Security
more
or police.
citizens carrying will stop crime?
I feel like states that have open carry. I don't know because I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I do all this fucking research and all this other shit.
Yeah.
And I know all the statistics, but I feel like personally, on an open carry state, I don't think too many shootings like that happen as far as like like altercations or that type of stuff. I just personally don't feel like that. No, I could look it up. I could be wrong, but I could be right.
Yeah, I mean, no. It's big
But I'm
cities.
not saying California should be an open carry state. But I'm just saying those type
But
of things
the problem with that
deterrents.
too, of course, is big cities where a lot of these things might be happening, or a lot of the numbers for shootings are big. These people don't want to carry, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to carry.
Yeah.
Like the bottom line is,
But
a lot of people don't want to. They don't want to even know how to fire a gun.
all I'm saying is,
So at what
there's-
point does their
there's-
right or their opinion mean more? Like what percentage of people mean more? No, like you have 10% of people who really love their guns and 90 who don't. Like where's the percentage gap to where like, man, well, more people want it this way, so I guess we got to do it.
I don't know because I just look at that like across the board. That's like saying
I feel like it's an evolution of society, man. And other countries have done it. And if we want to go, I feel like it would be a good thing. But at the same time, I respect the Second
thing for
Amendment to kind of go more of a route that Japan and Australia have gone.
no.
But
I don't agree.
but I also respect the Second Amendment Do I think that would be better? I kind of do.
You
I think
have
it's
to.
a projection.
You have to respect it.
Of course, and I respect that, and I respect your right, and you know, and I like guns too. I like shooting some. I personally don't own any right now, but that might change. But it's just, I don't know. It just
there's a lot of bad. At the end of the day, there's a lot of bad that happen with guns, and then there's a lot of good that happen with guns. I've seen guns save multiple people's lives.
Would you want to be the one though? There's a shooting happening, right? You're carrying because you're concealed carry. You know, you hear sirens, man. Cops are coming. They know there's a shooting. Do you want to be the one getting in a shootout with this guy? Or do you want to go home to your family just as a citizen with a gun? You don't want to go get involved.
Honestly speaking, if this was right in front of me, I would do something.
Yeah, right in front of you, as in,
like don't get me wrong. Yeah, but don't get me wrong. If the cops are coming
right over there, yeah, cops are coming.
Well, if I have a clear view and I can stop it, I would for sure. Not a doubt in my mind. Not a doubt in my mind.
And if you were threatened,
now don't get me wrong.
You would obviously.
I'm not going to
involved.
run inside of a building that I don't know what's happening.
Where there's gunshots going on.
And
cops are coming.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be the fucking renegade that runs in there and don't know what the fuck's going on.
Has to be the right situation.
Yeah.
And it goes back again then to me saying.
But that's also.
Because you don't want to be the black guy at the scene, especially pulling out the gun at the scene of a shooting. I mean, cops are coming. You're putting yourself in crazy danger. Yeah. Dan Bilzerian tells the cop, let me have your gun. At the shooting in Vegas.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what are you talking about? First of all, no. Second of all, I don't know who the hell you are. Third of all, why would you want one? You're just a civilian with a gun at a mass shooting. You're going to get shot. True. Right? Like, cops are going to not know and they're going to shoot you, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a good guy. Hey, look at me.
There's just so much stuff that happens.
I don't want to be that guy.
I've seen stores get robbed. I've seen people get their house broken into and let off some rounds and potentially save their lives.
You got your concealed because you can't open carry. If you could open carry, would you have got your concealed?
Well, you wouldn't have to. I don't believe so.
No. Here is an open carry state. I could take your gun right now and go carry it. Open.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
around
saying,
certain parts of Vegas. Like
I can't go in a casino. It's private property.
Or strip. Not the strip. I know that for a fact. Yeah, you can't go around
maybe
the strip.
the entire strip, but I don't think so.
I'm
maybe.
pretty sure not.
Maybe because so many people, especially now. But bottom line, I can open carry.
Oh,
if you could have open carried in Cali, would you still have gotten your concealed? Is what I'm kind of asking.
No.
You wouldn't have got it concealed. You would have just open carried.
Yeah.
Do you feel that makes you a target though? Like open carrying?
Target for what?
People to mess with you.
To rob you or something?
No, to heckle you, talk shit to you.
No.
Irk you. No?
No.
I feel like it does. Potentially another guy with a gun who wants to do something shady. First person he wants to take out is the person with the gun.
Well, if it's an open carry, there's a lot of people with guns.
You're open carrying in a bank. Walking in a bank to make your transaction. Open carrying. Dude comes in firing. Who's the first one he wants to shoot? That's what I mean. It's making you a target. Like, he's going to try to shoot the dude with the gun.
Yeah,
he's casing the joint.
But the thing is, like, have you been to Arizona? Like last time
a couple times. I haven't seen anybody open carry yet.
Oh, no?
I haven't seen it yet. But I haven't spent enough time driving around and stuff yet. But
well,
here, I don't see it that often here.
Maybe I was just like, in the city, but it was like, it was evident. Like, I've never seen it before that time.
It surprises me that I don't see more open carry here.
A lot of people open carry.
Yeah.
You actually, from what I heard, you actually get in trouble for like concealing it like that.
Sure.
Like having it in a backpack or something like that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You can't concealed.
Yeah.
You have to open carry the gun. You can't concealed carry unless you have a concealed carry.
Yeah.
Which is, it's interesting. But anyway, that's enough on guns.
Yeah.
We got it. We got it good. We touched on it. Hopefully some good stuff happens, like these private sale laws. But other than that, Lorenz.
Now I'm in the mood to go buy a gun.
Guns. You were gonna do that anyway. Now. We're gonna go eat and go to a gun store. All right, I'm gonna end this right now. Thank you all for watching. Follow us. Follow Eureka Vapors. _Monsoon, Spencer Lazara, MMA interviews.
King Shocks.
There you go.
Monster.
Shout out.
E6 City.
We'll be back soon with my boy Jake Lee. You will want to know him. Take care.